Hello everyone, welcome to Self-Dev channel. This is our first video from a Golang series that we are going to create. First of all, I would like to apologize myself. As you may notice, English is not my native language, but I will try my best to make myself clear enough throughout these videos. So today we're gonna create a CLI in Golang, as I said, and the CLI has a unique principle. We're going to translate a video. So we're gonna make a video translation. So basically, we have a video record in Portuguese, which is my native language, and we're gonna make sure that we have the same version of that video in English using AI. So we're gonna have integration with a few servers. One of them is OpenAI and ElevenLabs. ElevenLabs is a service AI service to text to speech, speech to speech. It's a very good one. The main difference between ElevenLabs and OpenAI, it's basically that ElevenLabs doesn't have some limitation regards to numbers of characters that you want to translate or to want to convert or things like that. So let's start, right? I think it's the best way to follow up with this is to start coding. So I already just I've just opened up my editor. If you guys, I've just ran this command, as everyone know. A simple command, go mod init is to start up every Golang project. So just make sure that you name as you want. I usually name that way. So let's start it out. So first things first, I think the creating a CLI it's good because we go through some nice process, right? I think the main process now is like how do we structure ourselves, our serves. I usually follow up the hexagonal structure. So hexagonal architecture is the one that I would like to introduce here. Is the most used, at least for me, on my projects. Of course, when you work in a company, you may not have this capability to, create any design patterns or any structure or architecture that you may feel good. But there is a very famous one, which is the clean architecture as well. But I think the hexagonal is a simplified version of clean architecture and give us these. At the end of the day, what we want is to make ourselves clear, put things in the right place and make sure that we are not, you know, putting things that in the place that they shouldn't be, right? And makes ourselves happy whenever we're going to touch that service and reflect the things that are running production. So how do I structure those? I usually create a folder called CMD. So CMD basically replace every entry point of the service. So our main.go will run on CMD, right? We're gonna have internal. I usually follow up the community approach of internal. So it is the building part, right? So everything that is inside internal, it's a building. It seems like if you run, what is the heart of your service? It's inside internal, because down there you're gonna have all the adapters, you're gonna have all the use case which will hold the business rules, and so this is the main part of your program. So this is the heart. And we do have I usually work with package. So the package on the hexagonal, they are the ports, right? If you guys are not much, familiar with hexagonal architecture, in hexagonal architecture you have like the use case, which is like the central point. They are around by adapters and they are surrounded by ports. So the ports interacts with the adapters and the adapters interacts with use case. Uh, Basically, the ports are everything. It's everything that does not have any relation, does not have any business relation with your code, right? And they usually are good candidates for a go-get. So both go-get libraries that you just imports from external service or external libraries, but also wrappers that you might create because sometimes you are using an external provider that does not have a very good API, that does not have a good interface. They are not like easily to test, and you want to once you integrate that to your service, you want to create a middle way that somehow uh, you make things a little bit easier. So these guys go to the package because they don't have any relation from with your main service, the heart of your business, but they kind of, you know, if you create a GitHub repository, they will be, very good open source projects. Why not? So here we usually place like logs, Kafka integration, database integration, Elasticsearch integration, things like that. They are very good candidate to be placed here in a package, and they will be considered as a port because you usually can do a go get from that. So summarize, right? So let's start out in that case. So here we're gonna have our um, let's create a new folder here called videos, right? And inside these videos, we're gonna have a main.go. Let me zoom that in. I hope it's good enough to you guys see. So func.main, right? So I'm gonna create a make file here. The make file basically will allow us to run commands to build our CLI, right? So what we need to do here, for those who are not familiar with Makefile, this will allow us to make build.cli in our terminal, and this will execute the follow-up commands that I post here. So every time that I use this, it will make sure that the value of the command execution will not be printed out in our terminal. So basically what we need to do is go build, right? -o, the name of the builder. In our case, it will be AI. I think we could call whatever we want, but let's call that way. Um, and the path to the main.go, right? And after that, we need to move this binary to our local bin to allow us to press call the binary from our terminal. In our case, I think I need to be sudo. I'm not sure, but I will call a sudo. Will not be a big deal. Local bin, right? So, and here, let's try to make sure that we can have our CLI definition, as we would call that in our terminal. So let's say we would say something like AI videos, right? Dash translate. So we want to translate a video because in the future we could attach any other behaviors or any other actions. So let's say that this part's an action, right? And then we have the input, which is the path to video, right? Or we could go call path, whatever we want, all right? So this basically would be our let's say our command, set. Okay, so let's start it out. Just to make sure that we can test this principle of make files and allow you guys to understand how we're gonna work from outside to inside. Uh, let's just make sure that we can allow us to extract all the commands that we're gonna receive here. All right. So first thing first, let's call flag, new flag set, right? We're gonna have the videos. So basically we're gonna create a flags from the video, right? Because we're gonna use the sub commands from the line. So here, what we're doing here, it's we are allowing to read all the sub commands from the video, right? The video is the flag that we want. So video flag cmd, let's call that way, right? From that, we're gonna extract the how can I say, we're gonna extract the, let's say the translate is a boolean. I don't know, maybe, yeah, yeah, maybe good. So we're gonna retrieve the translate as a boolean, right? Um, set if we going to translate the video, right? And this we will have translated. Okay, there's a lay translated, um, translate the video. Let's call it that way, right? So basically now we have the translation. If someone has called that, so we're gonna be able to grab that, right? And from the video flag, we're gonna grab the string from input, right? We don't have any default value, and um, video path to be translated or to be extracted. Let's call it that, right? So this is the video path, okay? So just to make sure that we can at least see if things are working properly. So let's say CLI execution. Um, let's grab first the content here. So here, OS args. So here we're gonna grab the contents, right? So the content itself, it's a video because the 0, it's AI, right? So let's call contents, it's a percent key, is just to put in double quotes, okay? Um, is translated, is translation enabled, v video path key, okay? So basically it will be content, translated video, video path, right? I think they're pointers. Yes, they're pointers. So let's make sure we are not worried about any panic here. So just to, so make build CLI, right? I'm gonna ask for password because I ran as a sudo. All right, so AI video. Oh, where are you? Video dash translate. Sorry. CLI execution, enable true, video path. Let me do this. Okay, I forgot something. After we grab this, we need to make sure that we are parsing all the args. So we need to parse those. Args, anything from the second position. So basically, we are just like parsing everything from here beyond, okay? This is gonna have an error. So basically here, if there is an error, we just like panic or whatever, all right? And just to make sure that we can see what's going on, I think we can do an args here. All right, so make file, AI, video translates. So here we have the path, right? We have the path, we have the videos, we are able to grab the ability to enable true in our translation. So basically that's how we work, right? If we end up running this, I think we would be able to execute our CLI perfectly, right? So let's now start what we really want, which is we have the ability to grab the video. So let's try to write down. I usually like to do these kind of things because it helps me to understand the whole path and make sure that we can follow up and go through every step. So first of all, what we want, right? We want to grab a video, right? So we're gonna have a video and we want to extract. So first we need to extract the audio from the video, right? Because that's the main process that we need to do. After that, we want to make sure that we can, I think, if I'm not wrong, I think we could extract directly uh, the the video, the audio, create another audio in English on ElevenLabs without having to transform that to text, translate that to text, and then create text to speech. I think we could do speech to speech. We're gonna take a look on the ElevenLabs API. If so, we're gonna make sure that we can go this step directly. We can do this step directly. So let's say that this is possible. So if it's possible, we're going to translate. Oh, sorry for the caps lock. Translate the audio from Portuguese to English, right? Um, Create video with two audios outputs, English and Portuguese. All right. This will be case one, right? If the case one is not possible, which I really think it's not, but we're gonna extract the video, right? We're going to, after that, we're going to uh, transform audio to text, right? We're going to translate the text. We're going to transform text to audio. And then step 5, create a video with both English and Portuguese. All right. So this will be our two case that might, let's see the first one is possible. So going to the ElevenLabs, we have this speech to speech. I don't remember to use those, to be honest. Last time that I interact with the service, I had follow up the path to the second path, but let's try it out. We just build voice ID. We do okay, we do a multi-platform data. Use speech to speech API to transform uploaded speech so it sounds like it was spoken by another voice. Oh no, it's not what we want. Why not? Because basically in that case, if I send it out in Portuguese, it will not translate in Portuguese. So even though it just changing voice, to be honest, it's going to change the voice only. So we will not be able to do what we. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, no. Hold on. To use then, simply provide the input audio in the language. Oh yeah, input the audio in the languages of your choice. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna have to go through the second option. So we're gonna do this. First of all, we're gonna extract the audio, and then we going to do the things, right? So let's start. Here I'm going to create the domain, and I'm going to segregate that in adapter. All right. So basically, following up as I said, following up the hexagonal architecture, domain is the use case, and adapters are the adapters, right? So what we're gonna do here, basically, we want to simplify some stuff, right? So the adapters will be responsible to integrate with these servers. So every ElevenLabs implementation, the requests, or even the OpenAI requests and things that we need to interact with both API, we're gonna go through adapters, right? And on the domain, we're gonna make sure that we can hold some business logic to be able to um, to centralize this information, right? So what is the approach? From the CMD, we're going through some adapters because we need to make sure that these adapters will handle this transformation, because at the end of the day, it is what the adapters are supposed to do, right? They're supposed to connect layers and transform data to make sure that the use case are satisfied somehow from what they have, that in that case the input is from CMD directly, right? So going through the adapters, the use case go through another adapters, and the adapters connect to the ports come to the adapters, use case, adapters, and out. So that flow, um, it's very common using the hexagonal. I know that sometimes it may sound a little bit more, how can I say, too much, but at the end of the day, it's what I think it's the best approach. And let's try it out, right? The main focus, not that. So, all right. Uh, in the main here, I'm gonna create like videos, right? Let me zoom. So, uh, the main videos, right? So here we're gonna have our video AI struct, right? Uh, what it does, I don't know, but we do know something. Uh, let's say if we take a look here, we need first extract, but transform, and we want to translate, and we want to transform again, and we want to create, right? This for me, it's a great, might be a great thing to create a builder here, right? A builder pattern, a builder pattern here. I don't know, maybe might be good, but we can omit some of the some of the behaviors. So let's see, let's try it out. Something like uh, we want to extract, transform, translate. So why don't we do something like transform, right? And then we receive the context that we want to transform. We're gonna have as input, uh, let's create something here that would do, uh, let's create transform input. So what we would receive here, video path, right? Um, is the video path, right? In that case, we will not focus on support many language, so we just like Portuguese to English, right? Straightforward. So just video path. If you guys want to do anything different, you may, receive the supported language as you wish to transform to, and make sure that will um, work. So basically here we're gonna receive the video path. I could do just like simply video path directly, but I like this approach of have this input here. So I like to create these structures, because if somehow I increase, if I'm going to compose that in the near future, include not new capabilities, it will be much easier to change that instead of change the contract of the function, right? So meanwhile, just like return new, okay? So we have the input, we're gonna transform, and we going to do such a thing like, let me see, we're going to transform, going to translate. All right, we could do, let's create a builder pattern here just to see if it works. I don't know yet, but let's see. For now, let's do this. What we're gonna have here, we're gonna have the error, okay? It's errors, an array of errors, an array of error, because as a builder, we're gonna do a few things. So here, we're gonna have the translate, right? This is the transform input, and then we're gonna translate, right? What we're gonna have, we're gonna end up having the, internally we have the audio, right? So the audio, I think the audio is a byte. I'm not sure. No, it's a path. Audio path, because the FFmpeg generator file. So we're gonna have a path, and probably we have to open this path. So we're gonna have the audio path from the video, right? So so we got the audio path in that case. So once we translate, we got the text. Okay, so now translated text, right? Translated audio path. Okay, so let's create this thing right now. And how we were gonna do that, right? So here we're gonna do the first thing. Remembering, we are inside the use case, right? So we're gonna do an inversion dependency here to avoid us our use case to know any external implementation, right? So the use case should be clean, and we try to follow up this without make it dirty. So we're gonna do an inversion dependency in here. How we will do that? So basically, we're gonna create a interface, right? So we're gonna define a behavior that we desire to execute this, and make sure that somehow someone implemented, which will be the adapter, and make sure that we can, you know, follow up with that. So here we're gonna have the video, right? Video translator interface. It's complaining. Oh, it's unused. Okay, but I'm going to use. So right, transform, translate, translate what? Text to string or error, right? Transform, translate, text to speech. So basically gonna receive a text, you're gonna return a file to a path, right? So we're going to extract, transform, right? So we have the audio path. All right, so here is the thing. So we got this, the video translator, rename to translate. Okay, video translate, video translates. All right. So basically now we're gonna have a new video that receive a video translate, right? and returns a pointer to a video AI. So video AI, uh, video translate. It's a pointer, so all right. So here, what we going to do, right? I think first thing first, inside this transform, we're gonna create some internal um, functions that will allow us to fulfill our execution, right? Um, we could do without attach that to the receiver because we'll be independently of anything. But just to make sure that we can follow up with this, I think we can uh, execute that, right? So extract audio from video, right? So let's receive the context as a standard, right? And here we receive the video path, right? And we're going to return an error, the path of the audio and an error, right? I think we could do isolated, but yeah, let's keep that way for now. I don't have any problem. But so exact command context, right? So in that case, we're gonna pass the context that we receive, the the command that we want to execute. In our case, is FFmpeg, right? And now he receives um, a bunch of args to execute that, right? So what are those args to extract a video, audio from the video, right? So if you would run that FFmpeg command directly, we would we would do such a thing. So we would do FFmpeg, I think -a, um, video, I don't know, whatever extension is, right? So -z pointed out to the video, right? So we will specify the file, and then you would do such a -vn, which basically says that you want to exclude the video from that. We want just the audio. So basically here we are excluding the 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 video from the audio. And basically what we would say is we don't want to encode, right? I think it's a codec. I think so. A codec, which basically saying that we don't want to encode. We want to keep the quality. We don't want to encode any audio. So basically just keep it as it is, right? And then we would say copy, and then what we want. In that case will be, I don't know, audio from video, and then, I don't know, MP3 or AC. All right. Um, yes. So if you would execute, will be such a thing like this. So here we would say -e, right? The video path that we want, -vn a codec, and then copy, and then uh, we want to do such a thing here, which is we want to remove the let me this cut prefix video path. In our case, our video will be placed in MKV, which is the OBS extension, right? So we're gonna just like cut the prefix, right? So now we got the cut path name, right? We're gonna exclude that. No, yeah, we're gonna exclude for now. No, we don't want to exclude. Let's do this. If not okay, we're gonna rename that to, I don't know, a random. Oh, let me do a go get github.com. I think it's Google ID. Yeah, let me grab some. I think it's Google YT go line. Yes. So all right. So basically, YD new string. Let's do imp3. Okay. We're gonna do this. So all right. Let's just do this. So here we're gonna do right. So basically we're gonna attach to under audio mp3, and then we do cut path name. All right. So we have execute that command here, and we have this cmd, and now we have wrap, right? We got in that case the desired cut path and then the error, because the cut path will follow up the same path as the original one. So basically, that's how we would extract that. So basically here we are already extracting the audio from the video. That will be our first step, right? As we follow up here. And now we got to transform, we need to transform the audio to text, right? But this will not be done by us. This we will call that guy here. So transform input. As a transformation in that case, we are just like transforming the audio to text. In that case, it's not the same transformation that we receive here, because in that case it's video path. Here we could do the, we could just pass the auto path string directly, right? So what will be our first approach here? Our first approach is first we need to extract, so video path, and now we got the audio path or an error, right? If there is an error, we're gonna do error v errors, append errors, and here we do errors make here to avoid this to be new and we panic. So we're gonna just do this, right? And return directly. Otherwise, we're gonna do the auto path equals to the auto path. So this is the builder, right? So here we're gonna make sure that the audio path it's here, but then we're gonna do the video translate. We're gonna call the transform. So we're gonna call the transform, and transform, we will make sure that we will receive the text from it, right? So we receive a text. Once we have the text from speech or an error, if here, we're gonna follow up the same thing that we did here. Otherwise, now we have uh, the we have the text from the speech, right? Now we need to do one more call. It's like translate that, right? Here we could have a transform and translate. Why not? Transform and translate. What do you guys think? Will be two calls at the end of the day. You guys can make that. I'm gonna do separately, okay? So text to speech. Now translated text or an error. We're gonna make sure that if it's an error, we're gonna do this, right? Now we got the text translated. After we got the text translated, we need to transform back to an audio, right? So now we might have this part here, which is this translation. So I just put myself a little bit hurry in that moment. And then we're gonna just transform this audio path, and then we got here the text from original speech, right? So here text from original speech, text from speech. So here we did the transformation, and now here we do the translation, right? How we gonna do text from original speech? If, but now if it's a builder, we can call any orders, right? So we need just to make sure that this will not break. Simple thing to do. It's if we don't have a text original from speech, if it's empty, right? We need to call transform first. I don't think this will be good, to be honest, but we want to force an order in our case because, we always need to transform. So I don't think a builder will be good in that case, but we're already here. So let's try to figure out what we could do. Let me remove that guy. Now better to see. I think we could do something like all right. We could do something like we transform, and then we could do such a thing. Right? Which is a video AI. This is a composition by embedded in Golang. And then we will do such a thing, which is here we could do this. It will complain because it's let me do the factor here. Right, so here we are transforming, and now this guy is the implementation from Video AI Translate. So, and now we got this VT, right? So we don't have VT. So we don't need to do that because we already know that he goes through translate, right? And I think the first thing that we could do here is once it has translated, we don't need to do this. We just need to return the once we translate it, we're gonna return the video path and the error, right? So here, if VT are if length of VT are greater than 0, because we all know the errors, the length of errors, even though it's panic, they're not panics. So I'm using golang 22, so we already have this, right? So we don't have anything, we just join the errors directly, right? So otherwise, if there's no error, so everything's good. Now we can go for VT, video translate. We translate the text original speech, right? We make sure that the errors are here. So we join all the errors that we already have it from now. Okay, we got all the translated text. So we are here, right? We have the text translated, and now we got to transform. Oh, sorry. Now we have to transform the text to audio, right? And once we do that, once we transform the text to audio, we're gonna call video translate text to speech, right? And then we're gonna translate it audio. Once we have that, we're gonna do, we got new translated video path, one error. If it's an error, we're gonna do v3 error append, and then we're gonna do return joins, right? Just to make sure we won't suppress any previous errors that we have on the other guy. All right, so now we got the translated video, right? So once we did do that, do you all agree that we have now the, oh, sorry, that's not the video yet. This is new translated audio path. So now we do all agree that we do have now the translated text. In that case, that we translate, let's just make sure that this here. I don't think we need this, but I'll make sure that we don't need this, right? To attach these things. Uh, I really don't think we need this because these are temporary things, so I don't think we need this. This is the audio path. This is the original, but the original are just passed through that guy to another. So here we need, so we don't need translated. Now that we got the translated audio path, I don't think we need you. We just need the original. All right. So now that we did do this, I'm gonna do something like, I'm gonna remove some pointers here because we don't need pointers, right? Uh, I'm gonna keep these pointers here just because we are passing through, but that implementation here, we definitely don't need those pointers. Okay, let's do this refactor afterward. I always try to avoid pointers as much as possible. I don't like much to use pointers, to be honest. All right, so in that case, not V. All right, so now we got to make sure we will create the final video with two audios outputs, right? So we kept the original one and now we have the new one, right? And we do have the video path. We should have, we should have, we should have, right? We definitely should have. Right? And the first thing that we would do here after extract that original video path, it's input video path, right? So now we got both. So how we would create this, we're gonna use the FFmpeg once again, right? Um, so I have create this little guy here. I'm gonna do the same concept here for VT. Let's say merge, okay? Merge audios to video, right? So we got the video path here, string, and now we have as much as we want, as much as audios we want, right? And we do a variadic of string. So we're gonna end up having the new video path or an error, right? So how we would run that as a FFmpeg command if you would do that directly, right? So the video path in that case, right? Minus E, so we specifying the video path. I think we would have to execute the audio one minus E. I think it's audio dot two and so on, as much audio that we have on the audio path, right? After that, we would have to map. So basically, what we would say is we gotta map the video, right? To the, we gotta map the, for each audio, we're gonna have a video to the output of that. So basically it's like a map. So 0 v0, right? And map 1 a0, map 2 a0, because the first I'm mapping the video, right? So here I'm just saying like grab the video on the file, and now I'm mapping each audio. So as much as we have of audio here, we're gonna increase the number here because will be the possible audios that we're gonna have end up having on this, right? At the end, we have CV. So basically, we are copying the codecs from the video, right? Without encode, we just copy. Dot minus C dot A, which is like we want to specify a codec. In our case, will be AAC, but I don't think I think we could work with MP3 to be honest. But let's say, and B minus A, we would run like in here. We would say MP3, I think so, or AAC, let's say. And now we are just specifying the uh, bits rate, right, of the audio. In that case, will be 192 kibytes. And then the name, final name, right? I think we'll be in copy in that case. So that will be the execution of that. So let's try to make sure we can run that. So command with context, right? We're gonna use the FFmpeg. In our case, mine Z, video path, right? And now, here's the thing. We're gonna have many args, right? So I'm gonna segregate that to be able to compose that directly, right? So here, I'm gonna create a variable, send the args that already have these guys here, right? And now I'm gonna iterate over the audio paths. Audio, right? So if there is anything like this, I'm going to append the audio. Minus Z. I'm gonna append the audio and the audio, right? So I'm gonna have all these guys here, right? And then after that, I'm going to append because I need to do the mapping from the video itself, right? Now I'm mapping the video. And now once again, I'm for looping again. And now I'm gonna do the map of each audio. In that case, will be index plus one, right? Because I'm doing this. And now I can have all the appends here, the final things, which is like I'm copying without the codec, right? CV copy. I'm doing now C minus A, specifying the extension. I will keep MP3. Let's work with MP3. Minus B, A, 192K. And then the name of the file, right? Let's create a desired file path here. Because as we have a very edge, he's complaining, right? So desired file path. Oh, sorry. All right, so now we have CMD args. Okay, run. And now we have the desired, or itself. So text execution, and here would be copy. Sorry. So right now that we have this, so we would say VT merge. We're gonna pass the context, right? We're gonna have the video. So the original video path is that guy here. Now we have all the audio that we want. So this is the audio path. And now we have the new translated, oh, sorry, video path, now the desired, right? So let's call the name final video will be cut prefix at the original mkv mkv uh multi-audio, not mkv. So this is the guy I want. So here I'm doing this, right? So now we got our use case videos. So basically that's what we have. Now we're going to the adapters, because as we did this inversion dependency here. So someone must do the dirty job, right? And the dirty job comes from adapter. In that case, I'm going to create this will be an AI, right? Adapter AI. So here we got the AI. I don't want to complicate too much, right? So let's be straightforward on that. So we got the AI, right? Golang that can do such a thing like this. Implement methods, AI from you translate. So he's already doing this. All right. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna look at the APIs, right? We do have text to speech here. Let's see. Here I got text to speech. Here. This from ElevenLabs and OpenAI. I got the speech to text. We got speech to text here. No. So let's do mix it. So first we're gonna do speech to text and then text to speech using that guy. But the text to speech, we won't use it because of the limitation that we have. We got a limitation here, if I'm not mistaken, not wrong. We got some characters limitation that I've seen somewhere else. All right, let's go. So what we have first about speech to text, right? So we got this API here, authorization token. We're gonna do a multi-port request on file and whisper. Let me copy the guy just to make sure that we can take a look here. Right. So as an adapter, I'm going to definitely simplify that as much as possible. Okay. So here I'm going to create something like I want to expose that, but I'm going to create this const here, which is the OpenAI URL. Okay, I'm gonna grab this. Right. 11Labs URL. Let me grab already the ElevenLabs API URL. Right. So these are the guys. I do have myself. I'm gonna grab here on my terminal. I already have the secrets from both guys, but make sure that you guys also have that, right? I won't do it here. I'm gonna use the environment variable that I have defined on my bash, so they will be available. So basically here, the transform, I'm gonna transform a text to speech, right? So I'm going to receive an MP3. If I'm not wrong, we did do that here. So we're gonna end up returning an MP3 here. It's an MP3. Yeah. Here it's copy, a codec, copy. Yeah, exactly. All right, so let's get back to here. So now we're gonna do something like URL will be V1 audio transcription, right? And this will be from OpenAI URL. Right? So here, oh, that's nice thing, but no, we won't use that like that because we're gonna create a multi-part request, right? So let me, thanks for trying to complete that, but it's not what we want. So now we got the open, right? We gonna have the video, the audio, so we're gonna grab that file or an error, right? If it's an error, we're gonna return it. Fail to open file. Right? So here we got file close, but as it returns an error, it's complaining because we are not handle error, but I want to use the first, so I'm going to do this just to avoid anything I'm explicitly ignoring, right? So let me do this. What we can do, we could do something like quest body, it's bytes buffer, and now we should create a multi-part. Yes, create a multiport. Now we just have the multiport writer field, right? I think we do have form file. Not that right? Yes, because we have the file, which file, by the way, and then we got file path multipart create form. I think it's that. And then we're gonna return error. All right, so we got the file part here. We gotta copy that. So the file part, we gotta copy the file context to the file part, right? So we just basically we kept it the same name path to send as it is. So copy just return, all right, the written data in the error. I'm ignoring how much it was written, and then we're gonna return error. All right, and now that I have done that, I have to write the model, right? So multipart writer, create form. Right field, maybe. Model. Whisper 1 is the model that we want to use. Okay, there is any error, we just return the error, right? The guy here. We just return the error. All right, and now we have the multipart writer close. We are done. If it fails, we fail. And then now we could do the request, right? PHP method post, right? The URL and then the request body. You're right. Okay, if it fails, we return the error as we have been doing so far. Okay. All right. Make my life easier. Thanks so much. Okay, thank you so much. I really love you. Okay, much better. If this is okay, everything makes sense. And now we do have the response. Let's say how it does respond to us. It returns the text as a JSON, right? So what I usually like to do in this case, I could create something like here, right? But I want to expose that as a structure. So I like to create this, right? text response like this, response, right? In that case, JSON new decoder, response body, decode, response, text response, response, right? So if it fails, error, otherwise text, right? So now this is our adapter. So first we have integrate that. Oh, my bad, we missed something. Right here, as we set the headers, set how does the authorization bear like this, right? So authorization bear, let me do this, authorization bear, and now we're gonna do this, os get env. In my case, let me grab my OpenAI secret, be this, right? So I'm just authenticating the request. All right. So now we got the transformation. Once we had the transformation, we're gonna do the translation, right? So, oh, I could do translate. The translation API takes input the audio file in any support language and transcript if necessary to the audio into English. Oh, that's great. That's great. Because in that case, oh, that's great. That's great. Because here we could use the translation instead, right? Yeah, we could use the translation instead here. And we won't need that. We definitely will be good to do this. So we won't need that guy here, right? Because we already have it. So, and then we could change this, what we did here. Transform and translate, right? Something has break. Oh, this is gonna change a lot. A lot. But for those, I'm gonna keep this as it is, right? I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna keep this just to hold on. Translated test stop. Okay. Let me get back here. Okay, where I was at. Okay, we don't have translate anymore. Oh. All right. Okay, transform and translate. Okay, we don't have that as we thought in the first place. We're gonna call this, we don't have we don't have the text from the original speech. We have the translated text from speech, right? So in that case, so we have the translated because we have transform and translated, right? And now that we do have that, we just need to do VT, and we don't need to do that, right? Just to keep the beauty patterns. As I don't know why I have picked that up, but you guys get the idea, right? So let's say that now we do have this. Okay. All right. Now text to speech. Let's go to ElevenLabs. Text to speech. How does it works? Car. Let's grab it just to make sure. We paste it here, right? And we do follow up. So now we have the text. We need to convert that to audio, right? So the URL to execute that will be v1 text to speech, and then uh, voice ID. I I know I've already used that guy. I have uh, Chris voice. Let me grab the voice ID network. Fetch. What is the request you're doing, baby?
Good night, guys. This is the first class we have on how to create a series in Golang. So basically,
What in a May? What in a word I was calling it? Uh, channel listening database project. Stream text to speech. This is the voice ID that I want. It's from Chris. All right. So let's grab this voice ID here. 11Labs URL. Yes. So all right, we grab that. Okay. 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 URL. Post. Oh, we need to build the body. Body. Let's create a map string any here. We don't care. Or we care. No, we don't. So what is the model ID? Come on. We gotta steal that as well. Payload. Okay. Okay. We got something. So this is the model ID. Uh, do I need? Do I really need void settings? I don't think we need that. It's not mandatory. I don't think it's mandatory. I don't think it's mandatory. Text to speech. ElevenLabs. Yes. Body. Um, it's not. It's an object, but it's not mandatory. Voice overwriting source set for the given voice. Interstallability. I don't know these numbers. Burst. I I won't. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't define anything. Okay, I won't define these things. Only the data in the model, right? So bytes new buffer. Uh, Marshall. Here, Marshall. If there is any error, I'm gonna do this. And now we got the body, right? If there is an error trying to create the request, we're gonna do this. In that case, I think it's a little bit different. The ElevenLabs, as far as I remember. Uh, Header. Oh, they use this XAPI key. They use XAPI key, and just need to grab. Let me take a look here from my terminal. ElevenLabs secrets. All right. So we grab that. We don't need to define this. Oh, why it's camel case, by the way? It's uppercase. Oh, I hate this. Sorry, guys. I haven't realized that this was. All right. Let me remove that. Right. So now we do CLI.do hack resp if it's like this, I'm gonna copy that part, right? Do this up. Let me see, how does this respond? Oh my goodness, I don't remember. Now it has two. I think it's the response does not have an example. Very good. Very good. I think we do have received the file directly. I think we received the file directly. I think we got the byted contents. So uh, um yeah, I'm gonna just read the body in that case of the data, right? I'm gonna try this. I'm just, uh, uh, do this. We're just gonna create such a thing like this, and then we have like, I don't know, time now. UTC format timelapse, grab some RFC here just to have this. See any RFC that we can attach to our document. Let's say date only, right? So rs create. Now we have the file owner. If it's an R, we already know how to do it. Read all. Oh, there is data already defined? Yes. Response data. Okay. If, right? File right. Response data. And then now I got this. If there is an error to this, there is any error, we're gonna do this. And now we can close the file. After that, so we close the file. And now that we have closed the file, we have file name.new, right? So basically that will be it. New AI, CLI, ATP. I don't need to return pointers. Please stop with that. CLI, CLI. All right. So now we grab what we want. And now we're gonna simply implement another adapter, which is the, and now we're gonna have the, CMD. Let's call CMD. I don't know why I'm calling CMD, to be honest, but let's call CMD, right? CMD, I think will be stutter, right? Adapter, CMD adapter. For that, I want to be able to actually, I'm gonna receive that arguments from the main, right? So I'm gonna have this, and I'm gonna make sure that I can call the use case domain directly from the builder, right? So that's it. Not that much. What I would like to create here is some waiting things, some loading things on our terminal. So basically, I don't think so. I don't think we need that. But let's see. Oh, we got the translate and we got the transform, right? So we could do inversion dependency here, right? Transform and translate, right? So just to avoid coupling, so now we could do such a thing like this, And from the transform perspective, we would end up doing such a thing like this. I don't think this works, to be honest. I don't think this works. I'm not sure. I'm not convinced. But let's do. Here we're gonna have the Y pointers. Why? Why you love pointers? Handle. We're gonna have a handle here. It grab the context from the main, and what we receive as a parameter. We do have the video path input because our CLI is very simple, right? So video path input, it's everything, everything, right? What we do, we won't do anything because here's it's the place that we're gonna print it out, and we're gonna do some. This is the place that we're gonna hold all the response from the errors and things like that. We're gonna make sure that this go to our terminal as soon as we run this command, right? So basically here, I would like to include some nice stuff here in our terminal. So that's why I have this BB here. This library is nice because basically allow us to, you know, create some little things here. So let's install that. All right, so how do we start here? Create a new war. So we're gonna make sure that we can do that. So C, transform, right? So pointer, video path input, right? How does it works? Uh, all right, let's force to std out. All right, let us configure the set. Let's do color. Why not? I don't know how it works. The first time I'm using it, so pa, 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 pa. Bar starts. Oh, pb new. All right, start bar. I'm I have the feeling that I need to run that as a go routine, maybe. Do I need to run that as a go routine? Because I won't do this for a loop. I won't do this for a loop. Right? Let me do this new. And then I'm gonna do like bar start. Right? then I would definitely do a go routine here. I don't know how this works, but I'm definitely gonna do this. Let me create a channel here. So where's response? Is our builder. That's what we're here for. Sting on air, right? So why not? Why not? Right? Video path maybe. String AR is an error, right? And we do create here a translated video, right? And yes, yes, yes. Now we just like just grab the response. So how do we do this? Because here we need to count, but we did do the go routine. But I have the impression like just like put this bar in another go routine, I'm gonna mess something. I don't know how to. Oh yes, I'm definitely gonna do this. This is gonna be a problem. All right, so we don't have any. Oh, oh, we do have some steps here. Let's see. Let's set writer. New proxy. Okay. Okay. We do have here, right? We go and end up in a for loop. If there is an error, we just have bar finish, right? We just like bar finish, and then we panic with the error because it is what it is, right? We just panic because that's how we do. We panic. Um, and now we gonna. Oh, hold on a second. This is the for. Oh, the first calling of for loop. Wise. So here we're gonna do this, right? New video right here, right? We have a default because as we are waiting for, we are doing this wet are you wet increment, right? So every time that we are here, we just increment, right? So it is what it is. Do you guys feel that this is gonna work? I don't know. I don't know. Transform. I don't know. All right. So now it seems like we got something. So let's see. Here we grab the flags, right? We have the context, the video translate that we have done. Now, here I'm gonna do straightforwards, okay, guys? I won't do any other extra thing. So the approach is gonna be sorry, got adapt AI, new CMD, right? So, and here we got domain videos, new videos, right? And then we got adapt AI, UI, right? So basically, we're gonna create a straightforward here, HTTP client. So if you would like to, you know, specify some timeout here, and if you want to implement some, I think the interface that I most love in the HTTP package definitely is the transport, right? So here we could create circuit breakers, we could create many things. If you guys are interested to know a little bit more about these patterns, because transporters are very nice uh, interface to be implemented. So if you want to implement circuit breaker, retries, all these are communication patterns. It's very nice way to do this. It's composing transporter interface on HTTP client, right? So if you guys are interested to have a video about that, just comment that below, and we'll make sure that we deliver that for you. So here we received CLI, right? So as we do, sorry, um, adapt AI, you know, adapt AI, right? Oh, oh, okay, we have changed that. We have changed that. Video receive a video. The AI implements that. Yes, transforms. Let me see if the name is equal here. Oh, that was different. So now oh, I think that this won't be possible because they got different. Nice. So here, we did have this, but unfortunately, it won't be possible, right? So let's call directly, and then we can have a video regarding to this kind of stuffs after that, right? So we just kept it as it is. Handle, and here I'm going to create context. uh, I'm going to create the context here, but I want to create the context with cancel, with timeout. Oh no, a signal. I think it's signal with context. Notify context. Yes. Context background. So here I'm gonna call the context and the video path, right? I'm gonna keep this just to not complain. And let's see if it works. All right, so uh, I got a video here, and it's place it right here. Get info. It's movies. Movie S. Movies. Panic. Of course, it has panic. I think. I think we panic because of that. Let me just create a background here first. Hold on a second, guys. So let's build. All right. It has panics exit status 8. All right. So how do we know what's going on? We're gonna go from here as we know, we have everything centralized here, right? So what we can do, it's I think we can run that with parameters. Yes. Uh oh, my bad. I think we can run that. I'm not sure if it's gonna, but definitely I can, I can do something like this. Definitely. Uh, Let me grab this, and then we will be able to debug. Right? Let me. Yes, that's the path. I have this one. That was the old one that I created. Let me see if this is the problem. Because by the time that it took, it sounds like it seems that it went somewhere, right? 18, 22, 40, 48. Yes, I'm coming. Okay, so let me try to, we're gonna use this to debug, right? So basically, let's do this. Stop and rerun, and we'll be able to see what is going on. Right. So, oh, it's already fatal. Okay. It's because we got this context. Uh, let's do this. For now, it doesn't matter this part. Okay. Let's just for now, we just need this just to make sure that our core implementation is working. So, uh, did I paste it? Yes. All right. So now pasting here. Let's make sure that this is working properly, right? So let's run again. All right. So now we'll be able to execute it. Now handle. So let's grab here. Okay. I'm handling. Oh, I think I had another breakpoint. Oh, did I do it? No. I didn't put it here. A breakpoint here. Oh no. Sorry. Let's do again. All right. So first we're going to extract, right? Extract the audios. Oh, there is rail already. So probably there was something wrong with our extract from video here. Oh, so there is a few problems. now we need to close here. I think it was panic. That's why we were losing the. But anyway, let's go to the our here. We know that our extraction here is wrong, right? So basically, what we did wrong here. Let's run again. Let's make. Oh, we don't need to do that right now because we are running on debug mode. My bad. Uh, May. Yes. So let's run. All right. So we have cut, right? That's the path. Oh, why? Because it's suffix. That's the first point, right? That was the first thing that we missed. So here is the suffix. All right. It's okay. True. Okay. Now it's okay. So what is the cut path name? We just concatenate, right? Under MP3. Okay. We did it do wrong here. A codec copy. What is the error? Oh, let me double check on my terminal. FFmpeg. Let me double check here on my terminal. Hold on a second, guys. Because I think we missed something on our FFmpeg. Let me double check. Uh, yeah, FFmpeg. Let me double check. FFmpeg minus a. Um, the video path, yes. Minus vn. A codec copy and then the audio. Z. It's vn. Yes. Oh, it's copy. My bad, guys. Sorry for that. Something's happened, right? Sometimes it happens. Okay. So we are on debug mode, so let's run on debug mode, not a problem. And then we can run directly. So here we grab it, We made it. It's an error. Oh, there is error. We're still facing error. Okay. Let me double check it again. What? And here, okay, we cut the suffix FFmpeg minus I video path vn a codec and then copy the cut path, right? Uh, invert the environment. Yes. Copy, extract audio from video. I want to do that in an MP3. What's the name? Let me take a look here. What did I do on my terminal? That's the. Let me copy that. I have this command here, guys, on my terminal. That's why I'm using it. Let me double check the arrow. Oh, I think we could not do a codec copy here. I think it's the lib. Let me see if it works. Let me run that on my terminal first. Sorry guys for that, but this is the kind of thing that usually happens. Yes. All right, so where we were at, we were in our main. So here, let me see. But there's an error. Yes. Maybe we are not finding this. Let me change that to this one. once again. Oh, now we have photo one. Ok, now we have generate this. Let me. Boa noite, pessoal. Essa é a primeira aula que nós temos. Ok. Sobre criar uma série em Golang. Então, basicamente aqui nós vamos. Now it's working, but now we have received a. Okay, let's do a little bit better. In that case, go from. In our case here. In that case, it's OpenAI. And this case here, so v hack headers, right? And here, just to make sure we can debug that somehow. Okay, OpenAI has returned V1 audio translation authorization. Was that wrong somehow? Uh, let's see the headers. Let's do it again. Content type boundary authorization bearer. Now we got something. What the heck? What are you complaining about, OpenAI? What are you complaining about? Authorization. Authorization bearer. That's the way, right? Header. Did I write it wrong here? I don't think so. OpenAI. Let me do it again. Yeah, this is right. Uh, Authorization. We grab see if there is any information on our header in our body response. We're gonna ignore. I think it's this. Or is this? Or hasp. I think it's plus. Not sure. We're gonna print the details. Oh, invalid API key? Really? Okay, so let me just grab a new one here, guys. Hold on a second. Open AI. Let me go to API keys. I'm gonna paste it here because it just has generated this purpose for the video, and it's not a problem. You didn't provide an API key. Oh, this is definitely an API key. This is definitely an API key. Uh, what is wrong with the OpenAPI library API? Yes, exactly what I meant. Authorization. 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 Bear or key. Hmm. Audio V1 translation. That's the type of thing that does not make sense. Header, you need to provide your API key. Oh, my goodness. What's wrong with me? What What's wrong with me? Let's see if it works. Okay, we have a context timeout because we have defined a client timeout. I think we were too aggressive. By the way, sorry. Let me remove that. Move to trash. Let me grab the CNT here. I think we have done bar increment, but let me just change one thing, guys. Bar increment. We have this. I won't compose anything different here. I'm just do straightforward. I just want to do this. Let, let's see if it's changed something in our terminal. Oh, it hasn't changed much, but it's okay. So let's see if it works. We already have 2 hours and 22 minutes. Let's see. It fits. But the audio is already here. We gotta make sure that everything is working. Okay, we just made something pretty awkward here. We are closing a closed channel. This doesn't make sense. All right, and we end up not uh, having, but now we got this multi-audio file here. So if we play. Boa noite, pessoal. Essa é a primeira aula que nós temos sobre criar uma série em Golang. Let me grab the specification. Our add interface. Audio. Okay, now let me show you guys. This is the video, the original video, right? So if you see, boa noite, pessoal. Essa é a primeira aula que nós temos sobre criar uma série em Golang. Então, basicamente, aqui nós vamos criar um áudio, uma descrição.
Will be something very similar to the audio transcription. We pass the input, which is the path of the MP3 file. The model, which, if I'm not mistaken,
now we got the English one, right? So it works as we expected. It works. Just to not end up with a panic, let's run once again. Let's run once again, just to make sure that we are seeing the video path at the end of the execution. Let's see. All right. Let's see if we got the right direction. Okay, the audio is already there. I think it was the first one to generate. It takes a while. Okay, we close the channel once again. Uh, I don't think I'm closing channel in any place here, but where am I closing this channel? Bar finish. Oh, okay. Oh, this is the path. There is a panic happening in some place. I think it's here. Bar finish. Yeah, it's just because to finish that, apparently it was done already. Maybe we should read the documentation to see, but here's the path of the new video with multi audio, and this is the guy once again. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you so much. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. It's a little bit long, but if you would like to receive more videos like that, please subscribe to our channel. We're gonna deliver much more contents with many things. So thanks once again, and see you next time.